with us. Thank you for being here for another session of the Association of Lodging Professionals Development Day. Thank you, Tyann, for joining us and offering to give us your pearls of wisdom. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Tyann Marsink. She's the Community Ambassador of TouchStay and the owner of the Missouri House Vacation Rentals. Tyann is considered a leader in guest experience in the vacation rental industry as both a host and photographer. She teaches marketing, best practices, and cash flow as co-creator of VR Mastered. She is a sought-after property photographer, has hosted well over 10,000 guests in 12 years at her 9 properties in Missouri, and is the global community ambassador of TouchStay Digital Welcome Books. Sorry, it's a little font on my second screen I have to read. Welcome, Tyann.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. All right, guys, so I'm going to jump right in. We only have 45 minutes, and it may seem like a long time, but it's going to go by in such a flash because we're talking about 2 of my favorite subjects: content creation, including photography and videography, and hospitality, as far as bed and breakfast and short-term rentals and vacation rentals and all of that. So I could talk for hours and hours and days and days. So I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to do all kinds of screen sharing because the way I like to teach is sharing everything and show you how to do it. So I am a hands-on teacher. What we're going to do, they asked me to talk about creating an online presence in real time. And in other words, creating social media posts and contents on the fly. And I've got a fly buzzing around me. So if you see me go like this, that's the fly. If you have any questions, please be sure to pull up the chat box. Mark is going to keep an eye on them. Mark, if there's any questions that seem like it's the perfect spot to ask it, please interrupt me and ask me that question. That's perfectly fine. I don't go by a set presentation things, and you guys please do interrupt and ask questions that are relevant. And then at the end, we'll answer all the questions as well. So social media on the fly. We're going to cover how to create content in just a minute or less, what you guys need to be thinking about, which content you should use per social media platform, the content that attracts your guests, what kind of content should you be creating, and then at what point do you get annoying to your guests and those people following you. And then all of this with efficiency and effectiveness. And as Mark said, I've got a lot going on. And then on top of that, I've been helping my parents set up 4 new houses this past month, ranging from 7 bedrooms to 10 bedrooms, and finishing up my new 10-bedroom place, which I am literally sitting in right now. So that's what you see around me is my new place, Sky Retreat. And if we have time later, I'll take you on a tour. But we are going to move forward to my favorite tools. And I will give Eric these whole 3 slides that I have for this presentation because the rest will be a live demo. But these are the tools and apps that I like to use when I'm creating social media content. All of these items help me to create very quick posts, 1 minute or less. And that's creating images, videos, GIFs, whatever it is you want to create. The other thing with content per platform, I commented on, video across the board is the best content no matter what platform you're on, honestly. After that is photos. So if you can do video, number 1, photos, number 2. And then one of the reasons I put iPhone on there, and I don't know if Android has this, so someone please shout out if you do know, but iPhone has a way that you put everything on live photo. And what that does, it actually records 3 to 4 seconds of what's going on in the actual photo that you take. So I'm going to show you how to take those live photos and then put them into an app that then creates a video with those live photos as well. So you don't have to worry about actually catching a whole video because your iPhone can do that for you. Content per guest, what attracts guests would be videos. People love videos. So we're going to really focus on video today. And then the point that you are annoyed or you annoy your guests is when you are practicing and posting 100 posts in an entire day. So at one boot camp, we were practicing Instagram, and someone decided to post literally 100 posts just to practice and forgot to delete them. And she gained a bunch of followers at first, and then they're like, oh, we're stopping. We're not going to follow you any longer. I'm sorry, guys, I'm recording a webinar. Okay, thanks. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My absolute wonderful cleaners just came into the house. I had no idea that they were coming today. So if you see them walk behind, my apologies. Okay, so favorite tools are here. And I'm going to now switch over to a new share of my phone. Now, one of the things I want you all to do is actually pull out your phone while you're watching this webinar. And I want you to follow along if you'd like. And go ahead, download a few of these apps that I show you, because I'm giving you a heads up now. We're going to do homework. And after I show you some of these things, I want you to do them while we're on this video. Share them and tag me, and then we'll show them to everyone while we're here within this time. All right? So the first tool that I had on my list is, let me look at that, Instagram stories for video, TikTok, Quick by GoPro, iMovie, and iPhone. So my actual favorite to do quick things is TikTok. So I'm going to open up TikTok here. And what I really do love about this, and I'll tell you right now, I am horrible on the actual TikTok platform. It's not good. And my kids are like, Mom, you suck at TikTok. I'm like, okay, I give up, I get it. However, using TikTok for content creation and then posting on another platform is pure gold. So these videos that you see that I've created, they might have only been seen 100, 200 times max on the TikTok platform, but I take that video and I share it over at my Facebook business page, and then that's where the real engagement starts, because that's where my target guest is at. So I'm going to show you this one here, and I don't know if you guys can hear it.
You're not getting volume, Tyann, but
You're not getting volume. Neither am I, and I don't know why. That's okay. Well, let me just kind of explain what's going on here. It's a nice music behind there that TikTok pulls up, and it pulls all your items together. And I've got my volume on. Okay. We are going to see if we can get this to work with volume, guys. My apologies. All right. Walk through this. I'm going to go back. See at the very bottom, we've got the black plus sign. We're going to tap that. This brings up the screen, and I can even do a picture of myself. Hello. All right. So at the bottom left, I'm going to hit 60 seconds. And then the upload, it's the square to the right of the red dot. This brings up your photos and your videos. Now, if you see at the top, we got videos and we've got image. I'm gonna stick on videos at first, and let's choose this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And now I'm gonna tap over at images, and it's gonna pull up my latest images. And let's choose this one, and this one. Now at the very bottom, you can see all the ones that I selected. We can actually move those around as well. So I'm gonna long press and move it. I'm gonna do the same over here too. Oh, we have two of the same video, so I'm gonna click the little X button right there. And let's move this one to the beginning. Now we're gonna hit next. Still no sound to you guys, huh? Mark, no sound? Oh, can you guys hear sound?
Very little, very light.
Very light. Okay.
Maybe it was an echo.
Okay.
You can tell us if it's like a nice, relaxing, soft music, spa music. You can narrate. We can imagine.
Okay. Okay, you can imagine. So what TikTok does that's really cool is it actually takes the images and the video, and as you saw, it kind of said sound syncing at the beginning. Then it pulls any songs that kind of correlate to the images and videos you've done, and then also cuts the images and videos to where it would be really cool. So the ones that they came up to me right away is Taste. There's a song called Hit, song called High Fashion, and then you can adjust the clip as well. So if you want to start in a different part of the song. So that's what TikTok does. Now, then you click next and it processes it all together, and you can actually save it to your phone and post, or just do one or the other. There's also other things that you can do as well, adding effects, text, stickers, all kinds of different things. It's a lot like Instagram stories where you can add things like that. But I just really love TikTok, how they sync everything together. And I'm gonna close that and show you all one from my Facebook page that got a lot of looks. Let's see, Branson Family Retreats. So this is the one that we did that I showed you guys in the beginning, that we can have sound there on TikTok. Let's see. It's still not playing any sound, is it? Darn it. Okay. Then the other one we did here was this one. And that's still not playing sound. But if you guys head over to my Facebook page, Branson Family Retreats, you can definitely go see those and see how it sounds with the sound. That's one thing that really helps with your videos, is to be able to add sound to the videos as well.
Tyann, it might be that Zoom does not allow casting within the casting. So yeah, it could be a factor of that. I'm surprised you're actually able to get it to stream within the stream.
Yeah. Well, it's a movie recording. Yes.
When you hit screen share, did you check the box that said share video or share audio?
You know what? It didn't give me that option, but let me hit new share, share computer sound. Okay, let's try this.
Heather, to the rescue, Heather.
I know, that's okay. Now, I think we can do that. TikTok.
I ain't no player, I just got a lot of faith. But let me tell you, I like you a lot,
okay.
I wanna start at the top and the bottom, babe. Now you want to shoot with the red at the bottom, babe. You know I like when you're right. If we hop in the beans, is that okay? Is it okay if I call
my QuickTime? Zoom decided to close QuickTime, so we're going to do desktop.
Tyann, it is refreshing to see IT professionals such as yourself and Heather struggle with this. It gives the rest of us hope that we're not alone. So it's okay. Don't worry.
Exactly. None of us are perfect.
I ain't no player, I just got a lot of faith. But let me tell you, I like you a lot, babe.
If you guys ever want to know how to share your iPhone or something on the screen, I've got it plugged in. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then I do a QuickTime movie, but it looks like it just turned off audio when I started sharing it again. Is that correct?
Yes.
Sharing my computer sound. Okay. Confirm. We're going to close this out. And we'll shoot. Okay, so the number one important thing about video is actually your audio, and that's why I'm pretty disappointed that I'm not able to share that with you guys. So, plan B, I'm going to show you how to make a video, and we're going to have to imagine the audio as Mark suggested, and then you guys can, I want you all to think about this as I'm showing you how to create it. And then when you do your little 2-minute homework thing, because remember, we're creating content on the fly. So you're going to practice making something quickly, able to video of you guys that you choose. So everybody see my phone? Is that correct, Mark? Can you see the phone?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I've showed you TikTok. I'm going to show you Quick. This is a really awesome app. It is free. It is by GoPro. And what it does is it takes the live photos and creates them into a video. It makes them videos. So like when my son was doing a wrestling tournament and I just took a bunch of photos, I was actually able to create a whole video from those live photos. So you can see here, this video is actually photos from the live photos. So then at that point, it makes me happy that I don't have to think about, okay, where's the start and stop of a video? I can just snap the live photo, and then the phone does the work of creating that whole video on either side of the photo you want to catch. So you're doing two things at once, which is really awesome.
Diane, if I can,
Yes.
a lot of folks have commented they don't have iPhones. I myself don't have one. This might be a Heather or you question. I've already asked my guru who's sitting behind me, who you can't see, Nathan. He's the social media guru. He is not aware of what we do with our Android phones that you are calling live photos for Apple products. Is there something that, I think you asked the question, you weren't sure if you knew, but if Heather, you know, chime in. Do we know if there's a comparable non-iPhone product to what you're talking about?
I will look one up if Heather doesn't respond with
Yeah,
something.
there's, I was going to say, I mean, there's live stream on Google Play.
Okay.
That probably would do a similar thing. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones.
It sounds like they're animated GIFs, actually, more than anything, or JPEGs.
Kind of, yeah. So what iPhone does is they take it, you can see up here in the top left corner, it says live. Now, when I long press it, there's your live photo. That's what happened when I took it. Then if I go like this, I can actually make it into a loop or kind of like a GIF. It's pretty cool. And then there's also bounce. And what I love for waterfalls is a long exposure. So I don't know if this will encourage you guys to buy iPhones or anything, but I will look up to see what comparable product that Android does provide as far as an app, because we all know that Android's got to have something similar if iPhone's got it, if not before iPhone had it, right? So back to Quick. You can, again, use videos and photo to create something short. So on the bottom, I'm going to click the plus button. And then I've got my recents. And I'm going to select. And let's do this one. And this one. Let's get a pano in there. The more that you do, the more fun it gets. Oh, we got Noah running through the water. Okay.
We're seeing a recurring aquatic theme here, Tyann. You like the water.
I know, I do. I love waterfalls. And we went to Dogwood Canyon and Top of the Rock golf over Father's Day weekend. It was a lot of fun. Now you notice, see, those are actually photos I had put. And it took the live photos into, and made them into videos and put them all together. What Quick does, and of course we can't hear any audio right now, but it adds the sound and it also syncs the sounds and syncs the beats. Something that makes your video sound much more professional is when the changes in the scene, so to the next photo, to the next video, lands on a beat in the song. And Quick will do that for you, which it's amazing. So you can see here, I just selected 13 things, and there's different things, different templates that you can throw up right here, and you can change between them very quickly, and the whole program will just put it all together for you and put a nice song with it. There's also different personalities of songs that you can use, which is really nice. I think right now it's probably on a vacation setting, but I'm gonna hit the little music note at the bottom. Okay, it's on, it chose sport for this one. There's also night and outdoors, love, and it just keeps going on and on. So you have lots of choices of different songs that you can choose. But we're going to go back to sport. We're gonna hit save. Oh, I don't wanna hit the whole save thing yet. Then you can move your things around. So like most things, drag and drop, okay? A lot of apps now do drag and drop to change things around. So just keep that in mind. No matter what app you pull up, you can probably drag and drop to reorder things. You can also clip when you hit the edit button. You can add text. You can highlight something, trim it, adjust it. All those different things you can do in iMovie and whatever Android video app as well. Just the big thing with Quick is that it puts that audio in there, those songs at the right points. It makes you look really cool. I'm gonna hit OK. And then when you,
If I can just jump in, for
Yes.
those of you that are social media allergic, like I tend to be sometimes, the thing I like about Quick, I'm downloading it right now, is you don't have to sign up for another social media account or anything. So, you know, if you have allergies to social media, like some of us may, you could use that and then hand it off to those that like social media and let them post it.
Yes, yeah. So there's no accounts to create. There's no sign in, nothing. It's just a really awesome app that I found through GoPro. Then when you save, you can share it all kinds of different ways. What I do is I simply save it to my photo library, which is the second to last option all the way on the bottom just before other sharing options. And the reason I do that is because then it's on my phone and then I can share it to whatever social media place account that I'm wanting to go to and at any time. So it makes it super, super easy. Okay, on my list here, we've also got Instagram stories and Canva and a whole bunch of different photo ones. Real quick poll, if you guys want to throw up into the chat real quick, what is the one app you want me to show you before we run out of time?
While people are putting theirs in, I'm going to put a vote in for Canva. I actually had our web developer folks, award-winning web designers from Portugal, recommend it. I wasn't too keen on it in the beginning, but it's really neat because it's very user-friendly, very easy, and you could do something like what we used it for was really simple, creating a banner for Facebook that uses our pictures. We also used it to create text on top of photos that became icons on our website. So when you're doing searches for our rooms and our rates, you'll see that our direct discount rate, for example, has the forest, and our other rates have the snow and the creek. And I did that in less than 5 minutes on Canva. And I'm a techie person in a past life, but I'm not an artistic person. So it's nice to have that. It's real easy.
Yes. Okay. So I'm seeing iMovie, Lightroom, Instagram stories. Free, yes. Almost all of these in my list that I'm showing you here are free, except, let me close this out here. Except Pick Tap Go is $2.99 under photos. Lightroom and Photoshop Express, there are free versions, but if you want to do more, then you just sign up for an account. I pay, I think it's $20 a year, no, $20 a month, and then there's an annual thing to get even more, you know, the regular Lightroom, the regular Photoshop, plus the app stuff. But there's a definitely free version that works really well. You don't have to pay for anything. Layout is my Instagram. It's free also. Later is a scheduling tool that there is a free version as well. Canva, the free version is very powerful. There's no need to purchase Pro unless there's some the more advanced features that you want to use. So
And
Mark,
Tanya, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, what's the consensus on the chat?
If I put my vote in for Lightroom, then there'll be consensus with Linda. There really hasn't been a lot of votes. Those are my two that I would recommend.
Okay.
I haven't used Lightroom as heavily on the phone, but I've used it professionally before many years. I was shocked to see there was a free version on the phone, because that's like isn't that the photography standard for developing
Yes,
digital photos?
it is. It is. So I'm going to pull up.
So we'll leave it to you. And
Okay.
there's one more Canva. Linda Hayes voted for Canva. So 2 votes Canva, 2 vote for Lightroom, and I voted twice. So you pick.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to try to hit both of them. All right. So let's pull up Canva first. And oh, I guess I forgot to log in after I updated.
Actually, 3 more votes for Canva. So good call.
Okay. Awesome. It'll just take me a minute to log back in. Now, Canva does require you to create an account. I just use my Facebook login because it's easy. As you can see, I just tapped a few buttons and I was in. The reason they have you create an account is so that everything you do can be saved. So when I scroll down, let's see, I think this is it. Yeah, you can see all the different things that I've created over the past couple of years, and it just saves everything. And then I can also share things to anyone, which is really cool. So we're gonna go here. The very top part is create a new design. These are all the different templates for the exact dimensions you need for these different social media platforms. So Mark said he needed to create a Facebook banner on top. So we just scroll over here to Facebook cover right there. And this is immediately the dimensions you need. You don't have to worry about figuring them out or nothing. Then you've got all these different templates that you can use, which is really cool. So let's just pick one really quick, the Safari one. And it loads up, and then you just simply change each of the elements, and you can replace it with anything you want. It says tap something to start editing. So I'm going to tap the background. And you can see real close, really faint, is a white line all the way around it. That is how you know that is the element of the graphic that you are doing. So we're going to do camera roll and choose this awesome waterfall. Immediately puts it in there. And then let's tap on Safari. And I'm going to double tap it. And we're going to change this to waterfall. Done. And I'm going to tap off. I'm going to tap on take the trip. You know, I like take the trip, but I want to change the color. So we're going to tap the white block. And one of the things I think is super cool, one of the things I love to use no matter what the app is. Do you see that eyedropper? What the eyedropper does is it chooses a color from the image. So I'm going to tap the eyedropper. And now I can move this circle to where I want. I want to choose a darker color within here. So let's see that one right there. That doesn't work at all. But you can see it's a dark brown, and you can see it maybe a little bit over the white water, but not too bad. I mean, you can't really see it much. So let's tap that again. Tap the eyedropper, and let's grab some water colors here. And then you can see take the trip better. But I'm not too crazy about the background. So I'm going to double tap it, and now I'm going to move it up here like this. Hit done. And now let's do a filter. And actually, let's hit advanced, and I want to blur it. There we go. So as you can see, within a few seconds, you can do all kinds of different things with it. And that is just one simple little way. I'm going to now hit the share button in the top right, that's blue. And we can save it as an image, save with transparency, save as, or just completely share directly to a social media platform. But like I said, I like to save it to my phone first, and then I can later share it to whatever platform that I'm working on. Let's close that.
One quick tip while Tyann is tying up. If you're a non-phone user, there have been some comments on chat. This is definitely usable on the PC or the Mac. Additionally, one of the tips that I would give is make sure to save as a lot. I notice that sometimes I go, oh, I wish I had that version, or I extract it and something happens. So you can always delete them. It takes a while, at least in the old days, I haven't used it in about a year. It takes a while to load the canvases you're working on or your workspaces. So don't freak out if you save it and it's not there for 30 seconds or a minute or two. But I found that that's a useful way to get different versions of the same work I'm working on for different uses.
Yes, for sure. And you know, I know some people, they prefer the desktop version. You just open it in a web browser, doesn't matter what you're on. If you're a tablet user, same thing. You just open it up in a web browser, or I think there's even a Canva app for the tablet itself. So different ways to do it. And on the web browser version, you have even more functions at your disposal. So don't despair. I mean, phone, it keeps it to very few functions, so it helps in the fact that you're limited and you don't have a ton of choices. Now, what I just did here, I pushed the play button at the top, and what this does, it creates a GIF or a video. So as you can see, as it plays, it brings in the text as a little video. So it's just that little popping, eye-catching thing. I didn't create anything differently. I just clicked the play button to make it different. Here's another one. It's called Breathe. You can see how it's just slowly moving forward. Just that little bit of movement really catches people's eyes. And then you can hit the share button in the top right corner and share it as a, you know, it downloads as a video, and then you can share it to your social media. Okay, Lightroom. Just updated my apps, so hopefully this reopening will go quickly here. Okay, what I love to use Lightroom for is the photo editing, but also to straighten my photos. Now, the straightening the photos part is a part that you do have to pay for. So I think just the app version alone is only like $5 or something. I don't know if it's per month or just a flat $5, I'm not sure, but it's totally worth it. So let me show you what that means.
Do you want to mention the MSRP or the suggested retail of Lightroom if you were to buy the computer version? What is it, like $800, $1,200?
It used to be, I think I paid $300 or $400, and then I make it last for like 2 years. Now it's all gone to the cloud, and you pay a subscription, $19.99 a month, and you get Photoshop and Lightroom together. Or you can do, I think it's $39.99 a month, and you get all the entire suite of Adobe products, and then they have an annual rate as well. So if you do any type of photo editing and you want to learn more about photo editing, it's worth it. However, if you're just going to do the hobby part, for as far as graphic design goes and things like that, Canva is perfectly capable of doing things like that. Personally, I like to use Illustrator and Photoshop and Lightroom. I took college courses to get the basics down on these programs. So don't despair if you look at it and think, oh my gosh, this is overwhelming, because seriously, it is overwhelming.
But the neat thing is the free version of Lightroom does a lot, right?
It does so much.
$5 is a lot better than $700 or $30 a month. So
yes,
those of us that are not great with phones, that's a great opportunity to use the phone app.
Yes. And most of these, most of the parts in Lightroom here are part of the free version. So I'm going to tap on this one here. This is a photo that I snapped last night for my mom for one of the new builds, and they had guests coming. So on the bottom, you'll see a row of different things. I'm just going to move it so you can see where I'm talking about. And you can, we're going to do auto. and you can see right away it brightened up a little bit. I think you guys should be able to see that. I'm going to click undo. You can see what happened. So there, I'm going to long press. So there's the original, and then there's the auto. Now, color. Let's warm this up slightly and bring our vibrance up just a little bit more and our saturation of color just a hair. Now I'm going to long press and show you the before and the after. It's amazing what just those little bits can do, the before and then the after, how much before is a little dull. Now, on the bottom, geometry. This is the one that you got to pay for, and totally worth it, especially if you're not real good with keeping your phone level, watching all your different angles and things like that. Where it says upright and then off with the drop down, I'm going to click off and I'm going to click auto. Now it's straightened. So there's the before and there's the after. Again, the before and then the after. And you can see right there, it literally took us, what, 20, 30 seconds to edit this photo. And that little bit that we did makes it much more professional looking and gives it that pop. So all I have to do is hit the share button, and we're going to export to our camera roll, and then we can share it wherever we want. Cool. Okay. What other ones did they say, Mark, or how are we doing on time?
We have about 13, wait, sorry, my math is off. We have about 8 minutes left. We're getting a couple of thank yous. Those are the two that people were mainly asking about. Maybe you want to comment on the difference, the different features, say, of Lightroom versus some of the other apps. I have my own personal thoughts, but I'd like to hear yours, because you know there's a bunch of photo editing apps and photo editing software out there. Why Lightroom? Why do we like it so much?
Okay, so while I'm talking about that, anybody who wants to participate in the homework, I want you to take literally 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes, 120 seconds. I want you to go take 5 to 6 short video clips, no more than 5 or 6 seconds each. It doesn't matter what it's of. It can be from where you're sitting. You can pan over your keyboard. You can scan the room. You can hold it on a water bottle. Maybe your cat's wagging, you know, the tail in the background. It doesn't matter what it is. Take 5 to 6 clips, and then I want you to open one of those apps. So if you, while you downloaded them during this presentation, do TikTok or do Quick or something. I just want you to make something very quickly, and then I want you to post it and tag me. Tag me at Tyann Marsink on Instagram or TikTok, and then on Facebook at Tyann Marsink is my personal, or Marsink Designs for my business. And then that way we can pull it up in about 5 minutes or so. All right, so the reason Lightroom is powerful is because it actually plays, oh yes, you could say plays, with the raw file. When a camera takes a photo, what it presents to you is what's called a JPEG file. Now, some cameras, they only do JPEGs, that's all they deliver. The more expensive cameras, we'll put it that way, also can take a raw file. The difference between them is the camera, whether it's in a phone or a camera or one of those little snapshots, it takes all the information, the lights and the darks, looks at it, says, these are the best parts of the picture, throws everything else out, puts those together, stitches it together, and says, here is your image. Now, it doesn't mean it's exactly as your eyes saw it, because the way our eyes are created are so incredible that we can see the darkest of darks to the lightest of lights, and we can see this incredible range. It's called a dynamic range of light. Cameras can only see a little bit of that range at a time. So that's why when you have a window that's completely blown out and yet you can see the room, but you can't see both at the same time is because the camera cannot handle such a difference in the light to the dark. And when you have a raw file, that means none of the information has been thrown out. You have all that information. And Lightroom is the program that can then take that information and you can adjust it little by little with all the little sliders. So the whites and the blacks, the darks and the lights, and create a photo that uses that high dynamic range. And then you get an image that is more like what your eyes actually saw. So it's a really, really powerful tool, and it's incredible.
Tyann, you get an award for that. You get a gold prize. I was telling Nathan, who is sitting behind me, this is why you and I get along so well. You read my mind. The reason I like Lightroom so much, and I've been using it for years, is the ability to handle the light extremes and exposures where photos are blown out, and it can recover a lot of that a lot of the other products just can't.
Yes.
So she gave you guys the best, most thorough, professional, and detailed explanation I've ever heard. So thank you, Tyann. We have another couple of minutes. If you guys have questions, you can put them in the chat, or you can raise your hand, or there's only a few of us. If you want to unmute yourself and just ask a question, you can go ahead and do that as well.
Yeah, and if anybody posts on social media something they made and you've tagged me, please let me know so that we can take a look at it.
Are you able to do it?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how it fucking stuff.
Ours will take a moment longer because we have a perfectionist at the helm behind me, but that's okay. We'll get ours in.
Yep.
I don't have video though, because I don't have anything less than 1080p.
Oh, Nathan's noting, which one? Quick also has that limitation?
No, TikTok.
TikTok has a limitation of no more than 1080p, so if you're recording at 4K, it does not accept the video.
Interesting. Yeah, I have my iPhone set on 4K all the time because it's better to record high and then degrade the quality because you can't go the other way.
Right.
And I've never had that issue. It just accepts.
Could be a
it.
limitation of the Android app.
It could be. That's true. Yeah, I wish some of those apps and things would play along a lot better, you know? Can't we all just get along?
Well, it's funny because our phone's really, it's an S8, which is what, 2-3 years old now. So I'm surprised it can even take it 4K. I'm shocked that they can do that. I didn't think
No, the iPhone 7s did 4K. My phone's it's right at 2 years old because I've got it paid off now. So it's the 10X. And I had the 7 before that. So that's gonna be at least 5 years that it did that. Yeah. But I pretty much do all of my photos and videos with my smartphone now, unless I'm on an actual photo shoot. And then I'll pull my Nikon out. But otherwise, it's my iPhone. You know, I tell people the best camera that you can use is the one you have with you.
And isn't that the truth? It's the convenience that you have it with you. I know Nathan has shot several short videos and photographs during we've actually had 3 disasters in our area. We had fires, floods, and then pandemic, one each year. So it's been crazy. But we, during our recoveries and reopenings, he'll do shots at the end and the areas to kind of show. We did like a daily report during the fires that we're still here. Everything is being, you can come up, and it gets good traction on social media.
Nice. Okay, so I just had this thought. I can totally pull up those videos I was talking about on my desktop, and then
Perfect.
you guys can see them.
While you're doing that, we did have a question come up.
Yes.
Tyann, how important is it to set up TikTok as my business versus myself? And what's your recommendation?
So if you're going to use TikTok as an actual TikTok platform, then I would set it up as your business and flip it over to the business category. That way you can track the different statistics and things like that. But if you're going to use it as a content creation tool and then share the content elsewhere, then it does not matter at all.
But it sounds like your recommendation is, if in doubt, set it up as a business. You get some other benefits from doing it.
Correct.
Perfect.
Just like any other social media, they all have benefits for businesses. So you have the analytics, the statistics, and things like that.
Perfect. Thank you. We have time for one last question if anyone has it. We are we are at time.
just a
It changes the feel, doesn't it? That tune, that ditty just adds the whimsy to the video.
yeah, so I want to show you guys one more because it's different sound. That's it.
Thank you, Tyann, for your time and for sharing these tips and tricks of the trade with us. And thank you for your continued support.